Hey Classroom One, this is Miss Shaylin again. I'm going to be helping you out with your final article for this week for reading comprehension, and this time it's a social studies article. It's about the United Nations. If you guys are working with someone from home, have them sit with you. If you're working by yourself, we're going to do this together. It's going to be just like the last time where I read you guys the article. You guys can follow along with my cursor, and I'm going to read the questions to you at the very end, okay? So give me a second to share my screen and we'll get started. All right, you guys, the article looks like this. It's called, "What is the United Nations?" The United Nations, or UN, is an organization that works to solve problems around the world. More than 190 countries belong to the UN. The United Nations was created to try to prevent wars. The UN sometimes sends special soldiers called peacekeepers to countries that are having problems. The peacekeepers work to keep things calm while the countries work out their differences. The UN also helps people who live in places that do not have enough food, clean water, or medicine. For example, if a country has been harmed by a storm, United Nations workers may bring medicine and food to that area. The leader of the United Nations is the Secretary General. Members of the UN, flip the page. Members of the UN elect the Secretary General. The Secretary General speaks for the organization. The Secretary General also directs all of the departments in the UN. All member nations belong to a group called the General Assembly. Countries can bring their disagreements to the General Assembly. Sometimes, General Assembly members vote on what the UN should do to resolve disagreements. The UN headquarters is in New York City. Outside the headquarters, flags from all of the members' nations stand tall. They represent the United Nations goal: build cooperation among countries for a safer, more peaceful world. All right, everybody, flip one more time and we're going to get started on the questions. Just like last time, I'm going to read the question, the possible answers, and then I'm going to repeat the question one more time. You guys could pause it and work at your own speed if you'd like. After I repeat the question one more time, I will go on to the next question. All right, number 1. According to the article, what does the United Nations do? A, the UN runs the government of New York City. B, the UN fights wars in parts of the world that are having problems. Or C, the UN works to solve problems around the world. Again, the question is, according to the article, what does the United Nations do? All right, number 2. What does the article explain? A, the article explains why the United Nations headquarters is in New York City. B, the article explains what the Secretary General of the UN does. Or C, the article explains why some countries go to war with each other. Again, the question is, what does the article explain? Number 3, the UN tries to make the world a safer, more peaceful place. What evidence from the article supports this statement? A, the UN sometimes sends special soldiers called peacekeepers to countries that are having problems. The peacekeepers work to keep things calm while the countries work out their differences. B, the leader of the United Nations is the Secretary General. Members of the UN elect the Secretary General. The Secretary General speaks for the organization. Or C, the UN headquarters is in New York City. Outside the headquarters, flags from all of the members' nations stand tall. Again, the question was, what evidence from the article supports this statement? Number 4, based on the information in the article, What is a problem in the world that the UN is trying to solve? A. Unfair treatment of women. B. Hunger. Or C. Theft. Again, the question is, based on the information in the article, what is a problem in the world that the UN is trying to solve? Number 5, what is the main idea of the article? A. The UN is an organization that works to make the world a safer place by solving problems. B. The UN helps people who live in places that do not have enough food or clean water. C. The flags that stand outside the UN headquarters represent the goal of the UN. Again, the question is, what is the main idea of this article? Number 6, read this paragraph from the article. The United Nations, UN, is an organization that works to solve problems around the world. More than 190 countries belong to the UN. Why does the author use parentheses here? Parentheses are the piece of punctuation that look like this, you guys. Little half circles, okay? A, to suggest that more countries are likely to join the UN in the future. B, to give readers more information about the kinds of problems that the UN solves. Or C, to tell the readers that UN is an abbreviation for United Nations. Again, the question is, why does the author use parentheses here? Number 7, choose the answer that best completes the sentence. The UN wants to prevent blank. It sends peacekeepers to countries that are having problems. A, so. B, because. Or C, but. Again, the question was, choose the answer that best completes the sentence. All right, now into the free response questions. I'm going to read the question. You guys can pause it, and then I will move to the next question after repeating it once. 8. What is the leader of the UN called? Again, what is the leader of the UN called? Number 9. What do members of the UN General Assembly sometimes vote on? Again, what do members of the UN General Assembly sometimes vote on? All right, remember, room 1, if you are stuck on some of the answers here, go back to your passage and look to see if you can find the answers there. If you can see some of the same words from the question in the article, there's a good chance that you'll find your answer. All right, last question, number 10. Are the actions taken by the UN likely to solve problems around the world? Support your answer with evidence from the article. Again, that question is, are the actions taken by the UN likely to solve problems around the world? Support your answer with evidence from the article. And using evidence means to find something in the article that you can use in your answer to make sure that it's the correct answer. All right, those are the ends of the questions, you guys. Thank you for tuning in. If you guys need more support, make sure you're contacting the staff. Otherwise, good luck on your assignments, and we'll be checking with you soon.